Hi, it's Pat here from Letters to My Sister. It's been a while actually since I've made a video. I was looking in Etsy and found a seller making these gorgeous tags out of embossed paper. So using, here we go, this sort of thing and then cutting them into tags. I hope that's catching. Let's go even closer. Yeah, I think we can see that. Anyway, they were so nice. However, the seller was in America and didn't send to Australia. So I thought, oh, I've got one of these little gadgets that I bought, I think when I had a couple of vouchers from Spotlight and they were on special. One of their 30% off days. I've hardly used it, but I thought I'll do some of these. But then I had a look and found I actually don't have very many of these embossing folders. Not as pretty as the ones that were for sale on Etsy, but I thought I'll do some anyway. I have remedied that. I have put in an order with Amazon. We're supposed to be decluttering and here I am buying more things, but you know, I like doing this stuff, so it's just a hobby. So I'm going to make some anyway with what I've got, but keep an eye on our Etsy shop because when I get my lovely new designs in, there'll be some gorgeous tags for sale. But in the meantime, I'll make up some tags. Now, if you haven't already got one of these machines, then I thought this would be a nice way for you to get some embossed card. And, you know, we always like to keep our prices very reasonable. So you slide it through. These things come with the machine, and I seem to have misplaced a couple. So I've just bolted out with some cardboard pieces that I had. And I won't go through too much, so you just pop that open and then voila, inside you've got your lovely embossed card. I've used manila folder, which I think is pretty clear. It's a pretty a nice neutral sort of colour. But then I thought, what else can I do with these when they're embossed? And so that takes me to the next stage. So after having a bit of a play with my embossing machine, this is the designs that I've come up with from my little folders. So you saw me cut around this one. I've just cut the little tops on it, and they're all really kind of cute. These are those sort of commercial tags that you can buy at, you know, the reject shop, dollar shop type place. And you can, I took the string out first and then ran them through. They look kind of cute. There's some that could be used as journaling cards. I've got a space for writing on in there. And here's another one. I like this one. Anyway, they're all very pretty. But then I thought, well, okay, something like that's kind of, to me, it's a little bit ordinary. And yet you can't write on them. So what could you do with them? So plan B. Plan B, what could we do with these? Oh, here's one that's, it's like 5 little cute pieces. Is that zooming in? I think that's caught it. Then I've cut them into tiny bits which you could use in collage. And as I said, the colour's kind of neutral. Goes with lots of things. But what if you want it coloured? Now here's some that I coffee dyed. And I think they turned out rather nice. I think if I ran them through again and let the coffee seep into, on this side, we actually have little valleys that the embossing machine has left. We could get a much darker colour. So you can see the difference between, it's two the same, the standard manila card, creamy ecru colour and a coffee dyed colour. What else could we do to add colour? Mere things. So what I've done is grabbed out my inks. Here we go. This is just, you know, your standard kind of ink. And these ones I rubbed over it. Little bit on the grungy side, but quite nice. And I really kind of made a mess of one, but I thought let's run with it. And I inked it up even more so. That was just, where are we? That was this card there. And then with the embossing all inked up. And this is a playing card. I think it's Rembrandt. Which we've got some of these in our Etsy shop too. Well, packs of mixed playing cards. And she's in amongst there. So I'm not sure which way the camera is. But that's rather nice. You could journal on the back or use it as a postcard. Or pop it in a journal as a little tuck spot. Or make a pocket out of it. So that's cute. Next stage, drum roll please, is using them in creating jelly prints. So actually using these to give a textured impression on your jelly plate. And you can see it also leaves some lovely designs on your cards. Some are more effective than others. That one's cute. I cut that back, I think. I kind of like the grungy look, so I would find a use for this. And here are some of those cute little flower tags. So I will run through doing some jelly printing for anyone who hasn't done jelly printing before. Be right back. So here we are with the jelly plate, and many of you will already have a jelly plate or have done it before. If you haven't, there are lots of fabulous YouTubes that you can watch that really demonstrate how to use it probably better than I can. I would like to send a big thank you to my friend Lily Tupper, who first introduced me to the concepts of jelly plate and probably got me addicted. There's a great YouTube artist called Froyle's Art. I will add a link at the bottom of this. She's a sort of Australian Kiwi with a great laugh, and she does some amazing stuff with her jelly plate. But anyway, I want to use some of these lovely embossed pieces that I've used and not only add some colour to them, but also to create a design on a jelly plate that I can then print onto paper and use for collage. So I've just laid these something like that. I'm just going to do something like that with them. And I've got some paper I have already put a background on. This has been jelly plated, but it's kind of a bit needs a bit of something else. I've also got tissue paper, which I like printing on. It makes well, actually people who've bought stuff from me already will find that often their product is wrapped in tissue paper with a jelly print design on. That's just nice to use. So for this one, this one here, I'm thinking of a very dark purple, a very deep purple. So let's find some deep purple. I've got this colour, it's violet, which is kind of dark on its own. It's not what I would have called violet. I suppose violets are a fairly dark purple, but it's not even dark enough for me, so I'm going to add a splash of black. If I can get the lid off this one. There. Oh, it's probably going to be almost completely black, but that's okay. That's okay. And mix it up on the jelly plate with the brayer. It is pretty much completely black, isn't it? Well, never mind. And it's pretty thick. I was being a bit too crazy. You don't need that much paint. Still, it's old. I've got to use it up. And normally I keep my rubbing off paper on the right hand side. Oh, I've left a big blob down there. But the camera and the tripod are on that side, so I can't do that. So let's just plop these on. The thing is, I can roll out more of these So I don't really mind. If I ruin these ones, that's just, you know, too bad, so sad. I'm sure I can use them over and over once I let them dry though. Make sure you put them with the really highly embossed side facing down so that we can make a mark in the jelly plate. We want that to lift up the colour. And down there. And that one that way. Now I'm making these particular papers purely to use for collage. So it's not meant to be a work of art in its own right on an A4 page. Okay, that should have worked. Lift that off. Lift these off. I can go over these with a lighter colour later and see if they are still usable. Okay, here we go. Here is the test. Put that one down there. Whoops. Oh, that is pretty dark. Mind you, I think that could be. It could find a place where you want something very dark, couldn't it? Put that down to dry. That looks interesting. Let's just try that as it is. On a piece of tissue paper. Sometimes just a very pale print. And also it's cleaning the jelly plate. Well, I think for collage there's some nice pieces I could use there. I think, oh gosh, I got goo everywhere. Yeah, I think it was a little darker than I had anticipated. I would have preferred that to be a bit more violet and a little less black. But that's okay. I have got plenty more. It doesn't use much paint. Here we go. Let's get that off my roller. Normally I would have a piece of paper at the side where I would be rolling off the excess. Let's put more of this on this time. I've started. I have to do that. Don't tell your dentist friends I just used my teeth to get that lid off. Oh no, was it the... Oh, let's go with the red. What the heck? This is called brown matter. It's more like a red. To me, I've started, sorry, I'm getting sidetracked. I have been jelly printing the back of the envelopes that I use to send people's orders in, with the idea that they can then tear up their envelope and use it in collage, which is a great way to upcycle. Why not upcycle? Okay, where are my other pieces? Oh, I've got goo all over me. Yeah, I know, I'm a grub. Oh, let's use some of these. Now, these you can put through. They're a cutting device you put through the embossing machine. I don't use them much. Oops. Well, I guess that's gone there now. I don't have much luck. I find that when you try and poke out all the pieces, sometimes it tears. And okay, let's put 2 of those there. As I said, this is going to be for collage. Let's try that one. That was quite nice with the tree. You might be able to use that one. Let's just push it down where the embossing is and around the edge. Maybe we'll get a nice little image from that one on its own. And then we've got some of these bricks, which I'd used before. I don't really like that. I don't think I'd use that as it is. And some more. Let's try a corner of that. The beauty of gel prints is you just never know what you're gonna get. Oh, wow, I love that. So the gel print there is probably going to be nothing much, but I think that I've actually made that card look amazing. Okay, what have we got? I've got some of these. Here's one that needed a bit more, and the colours sort of go together. Let's try that. Okay. Well, actually, those little hearts turned out rather nice. Found a use for them. This lost a bit, but the flowers are nice along the bottom here. But we've lost the rest of the image. And I like the bricks. What do you think? Yeah. I call that there's some winners in there. And a winner chicken dinner. Let's pull those off now. And I'll just stick a bit of tissue paper and see if I can pick that up. Oh, I put it down back to front. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Oh, it's very ghost-like, isn't it? That's okay. Anyway, you get the gist of it. So, we're making patterns. I really do like that one. I think I might have to do a few more of those. That's so cool. Okay, well, I'll come back and show you some more things when they're done. See you soon. Okay, so I've put the jelly plate away now, and this is what I'm left with. Now, these cards, I actually put them that way down on the jelly plate, and they didn't make a super impression on the paper nor on this side either. But on this side where I ran the brayer over, I quite like that. So, it's not wasted. I love the way these ones turned out. And I've got another one of those that I made, which I'll show you the jelly prints in a bit. So these were quite plain in the middle, and I think they turned out fabulous. Not bad on the other side too. Negative version. I think that one's just plain. Yep, I really like those. And here's one that I used a couple of times, so we've got a few different colours on it. So that's rather sweet. And now these ones, they've all been done the same way. This one I've put a little bit of a sort of, what do you call it, antiquing, I think it's called. Oregano is the colour, and just using one of these little smudgy things sort of smudged over it, which kind of brought the colour out a bit more. And this one, the same, I used a blue, which it's called Denim, in one of these inks. And similar thing, I went over with the little smudgy thing. And that's highlighted, oops, the actual embossing. Now these two, I don't know if they're a disaster or a success. I don't know how to use that gold plate really. I just smudged a bit of glue and then whacked a bit on. Gives a very kind of antique look, like a frame. I think this would make nice picture frames with something inside that goes with the colour. Anyway, I will find a use for them. And look at the mess I made on my desk with all that gold, but I don't really mind. There's another one that I like the end result of. Now these little cut out hearts. They really take me ages to make, so they won't be going in our Etsy shop anytime soon. But I did like, I mean, I'll use them. I'll glue them down onto a page. I think they're rather sweet. And then I place them on this and then put them onto the jelly print and made a print, which I quite like that, actually. But using these for collage mainly. Now, I might have to take a closer version of this one, but here, I'll turn it around so we can see the hearts, actually. This was those 2 red hearts that I wasn't too thrilled in, but they turned out quite nice. There's some lovely patterns on this piece of paper. And, well, we did that one together. Now it's quite dry. It's quite nice. This one I think is lovely. I think you need to see it up close. I'll try and get a closer up picture. But I rather like patterns, and they're a little bit deep and hidden, but that's all good. That one very hidden, maybe a little too hidden. This one's nice. There's those hearts again. And I quite like this one too. I've got a few layers on there, but I like those colours. Bit of tissue paper. I'll just wrap something little in those, which will look really nice. But we're not finished yet. Oh no. What I have got to show you is that some of the designs I've made I really, really liked. Like this one. This was using the brick effect. Where is it? Oh, there's somewhere around. I'm sure I showed it before. And that's a jelly print using the bricks. But then I photographed it and sent it through my printer, and I just love that. It's got a bit of a shine from the, I've got the lamp on because it's a bit bright here, a bit that way, so the dark end's up there. I think that looks fabulous. I'll use that in collages or just even as a page in a journal. This is another one. This is very much up close from these sort of scales, which I'm sure I also showed some of that. And oh well, this is the actual jelly print. There's the scales, and then I photographed it and expanded it and printed it out like that, which I really like. And I do like this sort of yeah, brickwork, I guess. Here we go. This is that lovely one that I've used quite a few times. This is a photograph of it and then just out of the printer. And I mentioned that I'm printing the back of some of our envelopes. So if you order something from Etsy, you might get one of these. And I reckon the great thing is, here's one to a lady called Margot, who placed an order, and this will be put in the post tomorrow. And she can tear this up and use it for collage if she wants to. Otherwise, it can just go in the recycle bin, which is probably what would have happened anyway. But I like the idea of using these. Some of them, that's using one of the embossed pieces. That's a regular jelly print using a stencil. And here's one that maybe didn't turn out that well, but as collage, I'd use those pieces and then probably stick something over it. Not sure. I find a way to use just about everything. So that's about it for now. Thanks for watching. Bye.